that actually I tweeted about the other day.
You did.
We were sitting at lunch and I was like, hey, Aaron, notice that they just gave grenades back to like Finka and Gridlock? That's crazy. It's obviously like why they're being played so much. We should tweet about this. 7 minutes later.
Yep.
The Gunner's there for support, though Gunner's the one to take damage first.
Yep. They're holding on to it. Geo right now, the sacrificial lamb, but he still stays alive. Gets some damage off Will. Might even get a kill in this position.
Waiting for the Hibana of Canadian to swing. Two of the oldest players in the lobby. And in the seniors home brawl, Canadian comes out ahead with the very first kill in round number 1.
And you would think their Soniqs could have maybe fallen back, but say, you know what? Geo, do your thing like you did back on TSM. Go into a room, play for your life, maybe get something done. And if not, again, time's now a force for Soniqs. They got those C4s in pocket as well. They can still find value elsewhere. And DarkZero, yeah, they get the opening kill. They finally get the map control, but they only have 50 seconds to work with now. They gotta break the 4 apart and get those hedges opened up.
Did I see a pre-placed Nitro Cell as well by Gunner that was tagged by Grixer, just waiting for information? And yes, there it is. Down goes Gavin to that Nitro Cell that was placed by Gunner earlier on. And now we are equal with 30 seconds remaining. Soniqs will hunker down inside of the bomb site, patiently awaiting this DarkZero offense, who have done an okay job of gaining map control, but have so much more to do. And they've lost control of that top floor. Fire will rain out in front of them from NJR, preventing a push from Soniqs as Canadian dawdles with diffuser in hand, sprinting in, wary of what might be above. He gets the read to take out Gunner, and now the job is his to get that diffuser down. Rexon, the Nitro Cell goes out, but it misses. Rice is in for protection, another goes down. Canadian still not able to get it down. Suddenly, you've got a push from Soniqs that answers back so well. All the while this has happened, smoke canister gets tossed out by Geo, and Gunner hits the deck, dropping through that bottom floor. Canadian has made his way into the bomb site, and he already sees one player playing by the A-bomb chassis. It appears to be Grixer. He'll continue to apply that push. Down goes Gunner as Pambazoo is on flank watch. DZ stopping Soniqs from getting back to the bomb site. Now what you need to do is focus on those actually in the bomb site. Grixer in tough behind that shield. Now it's Geo down. Rexon and Grixer against everybody from DarkZero. Rexon gets on the board though. Goodbye to Gavin. There wasn't much left of him, but still, Rexon's able to get it. He's the hero from the previous round. Now Grixer's there. Nobody's flushed him out of this spot. Canadian has not been able to get in to take the map control with diffuser in hand. Now it's NJR to die to Rexon. DZ, what are you doing? It's Rice with 2 minutes to go. He needs to find Grixer, who's prone on the ground, but Rice is too slow.
Doesn't want to make a sound or risk bad timing, but somebody's weakened, what's it called? Peek in the door as he swaps his gadget.
Geo is prepped and ready for that as Pamba swings through the opening towards the bomb site. Now Canadian next in tow. Geo's looking the wrong way. Canadian immediately moves towards a second potential pick. Could have been on a collision course with Rexon, and now Citizen goes to Gavin. DZ might not have struck first in this round, but at least they give themselves an advantage, and it grows with Canadian doing all the work himself. 2 picks in round number 1, 2 picks now in round number 3. Fortunes might not favor this DZ team, but you can't fault the captain for what we've seen so far.
Nope, Troy's danger right now, finding kill after kill after kill and some partial bomb site control. Rexon and Grixer got a clutch of now at 2v4, but only 20 seconds to go, and 1 C4 in pocket, it's doable.
I mean, they were in the similar position before, and it seemed to get under the skin of DarkZero, but lightning doesn't appear to strike twice as Gavin and NJR get the final 2 kills.
We are sitting fucking still.
To rotate, so now DC, they have to fully commit to this push, and it's very readable for Soniqs because 50 seconds left, they know where the main push is coming from, because that's Monty.
Big difference this time than last time is the Canadian will have a shield to give himself maybe a bit more power and survivability. First kill for Soniqs comes with about 30 seconds left on the round. That's Pambazoo, what remained of him being found by Citizen. Now it's Gavin to die to Citizen as well. NJR trades him off immediately. A 3v3 as NJR is now obscured, waiting for Canadian to get that diffuser down while he and Rice will watch over top. Grixer far enough back to see this, but right now not much he can do. Narrowly missing the head of NJR, starting to tear strips out of him. And Canadian cannot get the job done quickly enough. Rice in a 1v2, but he wasn't in a position to engage at all. Huge round from Richie again.
I mean, they can't get into your face either, but Soniqs don't advance. They just,
Gavin sees the footprint by the breach he just opened up, and it's Gunner absorbing an awful lot of that. Now in real life, for the realism crowd out there, you'd have no foot remaining. But in this case, when you have reinforcements that you pull out of your derriere, we're not exactly on the realism crowd now, are we? Gunner's been dropped, and suddenly DarkZero picks up 3 kills in a row. unanswered, leaving Soniqs in a very familiar position, which is trailing in numbers. But they've won all but a single round that they've trailed him. Citizen going for desperate measures. Rice's third kill, suddenly picking it up huge. Now it's Rexon to the rescue. Multi-kill rounds for Rexon have netted wins previously. Out goes the impact, damage done to Canadian, but the bees will stop him. And the 3 players from DZ still upright will scramble to cover the diffuser. Rexon surveying that opening that was created. You said improperly by Gavin, but one thing you pointed out was that it doesn't really allow them to swing onto you, which will make Rexon's retake so much more difficult. He's got Rice lined up. A quad kill for the newest member of DZ is on the board, especially if Rexon attempts to disable that diffuser. Still a cam up though, and it's giving him information as now Rexon goes for the fake. And around the corner, he'll run right into NJR, prone on the ground with Canadian.
They drone it, they weren't prepared for it, no vertical play downstairs either, so bit of wonder on their side.
Oh, Rexon unleashing Hellfire on Gavin, but it's Panbazoo on the follow-up. The first pick goes to DarkZero. Yet again, Soniqs will end this first half without a first blood that did not end up in a draw at some point, as DZ traded back so quickly on. The numbers get better for DarkZero. Citizen is off the board too. There's hell to pay for the bandit tricking that he did. Now the bees will isolate Geo. Canadian is off to the races. He's got full control of the site. Gunner has something to say about it, but he's the last man standing. DarkZero wanting to tie up this first half. There's but a single kill remaining for them to accomplish that. All the while this is happening, there's great reluctance from Canadian to plant that diffuser. And for good reason. Gunner is still above, and he's got information. He'll drop Canadian. No wherewithal from DZ to retake above. 4 players from DarkZero walking around, unaware of the position of Gunner, who's still in a spot where he can do some serious damage. Gavin with the diffuser now in an attempt there as the shotgun gets pulled out amidst the smoke. Gunner attempting to prevent it, but unable to do so. And now, the job for Soniqs is to get to that main floor. Gunner trying his best, unable to find a kill yet, as the timer continues to run against him. Missing an opportunity, but now the pivot will come over, and Rice turns. Cardiac sensor. Citizen's gonna see it. It's a nice game of cat and mouse. 35 seconds remaining in the round. Rexon dies first, finds his life ended at the hands of NJR with a shotgun close by. Geo's waiting for the vault on in with diffuser as Canadian scouts away, gaining more critical information. Citizen all off on his own as now Rice is in the line of sight. Soniqs attacking NJR too. Doubling up with Grixer, waiting to guide Geo in. Rice is down. Now Gavin softened up as well. A charge in from Soniqs as they attempt to plant a nitro cell. Could be their undoing. Only 2 members of DZ left as the plant goes down. Geo pulling it off so far. It's Panbazoo to try to save the round, but he's miles away and gets spotted upstairs inside a garage. Down he goes to Gunner. Yeah.
You're a big fan.
I often think about things and then don't end up doing them, and then later say I thought about doing those things as well, to give credit that nobody can tell me I was wrong about. Rexon, by the way, asserts himself but then flashes himself as NJR gets the kill. Gunner will reset as he was down by the frost mat and will now be back in the action. Rice and Gavin as Soniqs are showing their stuff on attack, flexing these muscles as if they were space station. Suddenly Gavin now will fight against players who are off-site. He'll need to head on to that diffuser, but will do so by himself as Rice gets out-dueled by Geo. Gavin will be very vulnerable by the window, and now the attempt to the long arm is not even able to happen as Gunner. 3 armor, or 3 health.
3 health.
Gridlock is that a single point of damage is not much. Look at how little Citizen has had done to him. Now it's NJR, long range, contending against Soniqs as this round has flown by.
Yep. Thing is, there's no smokes again. Geo playing flashbang, so no easy way in here for Soniqs. They got nades though. Citizen, if he can get into the right position and use those grenades, could give away in for Geo, but maybe they want to hatch instead. Geo does have a spare exothermic charge, or maybe just down the staircase they go. Yeah, full send.
Why not? Geo leading the way, which might be a bit risky as he's the one with the diffuser. He'll hit the barbed wire and maybe draw somebody's attention. Rice, having a terrific game by almost all standards, now posted up on the door. Prepared and ready for them to walk on in, but he's in the wrong part of the bomb site. Geo's gonna plant where Canadian did previously. You're very susceptible to a nitro cell at this point. Rice spotted, found out, Gavin taking damage. Canadian already wounded earlier on, but they just weren't able to get the diffuser down. Okay, well, I mean, if you've got nobody watching it, take control of it. He doesn't have the diffuser. Geo will have to walk that one in, but this will be quite the rude awakening for DZ. A Nitro Cell gets his back, but it's not before Gavin can die. Neither team gaining an advantage, but Citizen showing DZ that there are some very obvious issues that cannot be overlooked in this defense. Now it's Pambazoo on flank, a nice shot on the gunner. Pambazoo's stats not positive at the moment, but he's got the read on Geo, and he assassinates him inside of the site. Soniqs only 2 remaining. As there goes Gas, lingering in front of Grixer. Diffuser down as well, needs to be retrieved. Pambazoo dies to Grixer, but DarkZero hanging on for these final 20 seconds. The job for Soniqs at this point is find these last 3 players or get Diffuser down. Rexon inside the site. Once again, DarkZero not retaking, playing from above. Are they going to allow this to happen to them? No, they won't. Rice and Canadian had information. They get into position, even if it's a bit late, which is a rarity at this event.
Yeah. And you're right, I mean, and you know when the support players have to step it up, you know, it's not the best situation to be in, but this grenade hits the spot. Panther, he had a great round in the previous one, but he won't live for this one. Second nade, could it be 2 for 2 prize? Almost, but not quite. Gavin survives, but I don't think he's gonna go for that bandit trick once more. He's got no more in pocket. I think all the batteries got destroyed by the grenade, so now Sonic's got a way in.
NJR slaughtering Gunner, allowing Gavin into this spot where you are not expecting somebody to be. Grixer pulls off of his position. Canadian out-dueled by Citizen, so I said that he wasn't performing up to snuff, but he's pulled even in terms of numbers and will use his first Adrenal Surge as he now joins up with Rexon and Geometrics. I'd say they align, but I don't want you to question my word choice.
And they will once again. Velocity says to get active, and he finds 3 in the round.
Not exactly the swing that I would want. A little bit of hubris. 3 in a row for Citizen. Soniqs look like the timeout could propel them towards a round victory, but the job is not quite so easy now with Rexon off the board. Grixer with 1 denying the ace, and almost getting the other as NJR scoots off. Nitro Cell goes, and he'll have to contend against Grixer, but can't get it done. If you're a fan of either of these squads, you're not going home. You still got at least 1 more opportunity. Right now, Soniqs sitting pretty. 40 seconds could separate them between being the best shot of NA to make it to the main stage. Gavin, beheading Gunner, first pick, and it comes so late into the round. Another body in the ground, as that's Rexon, buried by Canadian. Geo will die to NJR. It seems like everybody wants to get active on the side of DarkZero, as NJR trades, leaving just Citizen, who had a fantastic round previously, but won't have that same success again.
Make themselves heard, but go for the breach, rip it, sprint through side, and go for a bomb set rush in overtime.
That's exactly what we're going to see as they are off to the races, nearsighted, but Gavin does not care at all. Nitro Cell goes out, stopping him, as that's Grixer making sure 1 member of DZ meets an explosive end. Canadian cannot get Diffuser down, but the guns are hitting as amidst the concealment. It's the Glaz of NJR making his presence known. Pambazoo on the board as well. Grixer and Citizen now as the last 2 standing. There's still 2 whole minutes in this round. All you need to do is get Canadian into place to get that Diffuser down, and that's when the real fun begins. He's plotting his advance so far, maybe a bit too slow to get in. The rush ultimately pays off, even if it doesn't outright win the round for DZ.
Yeah, so got 1 smoke powder Canadian, and he said, they have no warden. I heard it, and of course, that means, hey, let's do this rush, guys. Gavin, the only member who falls to that C4, and this is DC's discipline showing off. They got the 4v2, they don't want to bottle it, save it. Pamba gets in upstairs, they got time to work with, open up that floor, get that 4th kill. It's Citizen in a 1v4 in the first round of OT.
And NJR with 2 kills so far, the Glaz showing his prowess. Citizen unleashing the bailiff to circle on down, catches Canadian, that's Diffuser surrendered too. This is not particularly good for DarkZero. Citizen in a spot, this wild card. They don't know where he is, they'll attempt to drone him out. Citizen swinging on NJR, his life reduced to nothing by Rice. Every time this bomb site appears, whether Thatcher is banned or not, we talk about how often we see multiple heart breachers. Soniqs opting to just go with the thermite, and then the can opener for Buck. Down goes Rexon to Pambazoo, who now unsheathes the super shorty, missing onto Gunner, who's still in that position. Canadian falling off of this spot. Engagements from multiple angles, but he gets away with his life intact, baiting out a potential follow-up as it's the Deagle in hand, frozen for a moment, and he manages to almost get away. Coordination working out in spades as Gunnar has collected both kills for Soniqs and given them a nest egg with 1:45 in the round.
This time, DC they choose to go for the fight, not just the runaway, but this tick damage from the goo mines. And of course, that shotgun taking Gunnar's health down a significant portion. The bandage from Gavin earlier on might actually pay off, though. Only one exothermic charge in pocket, only one can opener. But there are two separate walls as well as one hatch, at least, that you want to open up. So Soniqs will not get the entirety of the hard destroyable walls or hatches opened up. They gotta make their choice now, which one to choose. The 3 versus 4 favoring Soniqs. They got the bomb, they got the verticality. Losing Rexen on Jackal is not really too big of a loss because they cleared the roam, but Gunnar almost falls to vertical play from NJR.
There's so many silhouettes down below Gunnar as well that he could follow up on, but unable to do that. NJR gets the down but loses his life as now Grixer vaults in and Gunnar can be recovered quite easily. Gavin and Rice, the last two for DarkZero, familiar position for them. Is there still time for Soniqs? Gavin retaking from above. That's a lot of weight onto Rice, who's had struggles before. Nice shot by Gavin as now he will drop. Missing out on these Soniqs players. He'll be helping Rice as there goes an E1D. The last one from Citizen. Geo in, planting the diffuser, but he doesn't see Gavin. There's a blind spot. Right now, it's the two youngsters from DarkZero to keep them from losing to Soniqs. Citizen trudging forward with the goo mine in his foot. He'll have to stop for about a moment, and that pause could be an opportunity for DZ to capitalize. Grixer to prevent Soniqs from going down into an elimination match. He's got one target in sight, but he doesn't get it done! DZ pull off the comeback!